And we begin with breaking news on the city's west side. A Detroit police officer shot and killed in the line of duty. A suspect involved in the incident has also died.
Well, just moments ago, Police Chief James White speaking about the shooting that took the officer's life.
Fox News' Dave Spencer joins us live from Sinai Grace Hospital, where dozens of DPD officers, the family, also the mayor have been gathering outside. We heard the chief, Dave, say that we lost a hero tonight.
Truly, this is a dark day for the city of Detroit, a dark day for the police department. As you mentioned, dozens, if not 100 people gathered just outside the emergency entrance to Sinai Grace. This is roughly 4 miles away from Joy and Marlow, the site of where that shooting took place, the shooting that took the life of an officer who has been serving with the department for 5 years. We're told his father also served with the department, recently retired. We told that this is a man who has a wife, who has a child, who that father, that husband will not be coming home today. Police have been here all evening. This all started around 7:30, we're told. That's when the police got a call of a man shooting indiscriminately at the area of Joy and Marlow from a building there. The officer that died, the officer in question here, was one of the first on scene. He took fire. Obviously, one of the shots that hit him took his life, although he was rushed to the hospital shortly after that. His partner returned fire, striking the suspect, killing the suspect as well. Just a sad day overall for the police department, who the mayor, the chief, they were in there with the family for a lengthy period of time before coming out just moments ago and briefing us on what happened. Here's a little bit of what they had to say to us.
The officer, upon his arrival, immediately took fire from the subject, who was armed with a Draco assault rifle. Sadly, the officer was struck and succumbed to his injuries. His partner was able to return fire, and the suspect or the subject was fatally struck as well.
You could hear it in the chief's voice there, the emotion. Obviously, he had just literally come from speaking with the family. I can't even imagine what that must have been like. And then also the anger and the frustration with what he says is just a violence problem, not only in the city of Detroit, but across the country. In his eyes, in his viewpoint, he said that this is happening far too often. And now he is on the other end of this, obviously dealing with the loss of one of his own. As we've mentioned now, going on 3 hours roughly, people have been flooding the scene here. Police officers, family members, all standing outside. You can see the flashing lights behind me. Sinai Grace Hospital, just leaning on one another in this time of need. A dark day for sure. Reporting live at Sinai Grace, Dave Spencer, Fox 2 News.
And as the information was coming in, though, you heard the chief and you expressed his frustration. We heard it as well. But just having to tell the family of that officer that he wouldn't be coming home tonight. And we saw the mayor and the chief holding the father's hand, trying to really just express their sorrow. It's unimaginable.
Yeah, and this is the first time that Chief White has had to deal with an officer killed in the line of duty. You know, the mayor, I've stood with the mayor right outside Sinai Grace before. This is never an easy time for anybody. And as you mentioned, being with the family, that raw emotion coming off there. This is a father, this is a husband, this is somebody who served the city for 5 years. Frustrating and also terribly tragic.
And also the chief said this did not have to happen. Dave, thank you for that report. Well, the gunfire broke out near Joy Road and Marlow Street, as you heard, where police have now blocked off that area for the investigation.
Let's get right to Fox News' Camille Amiri. She's at that scene right now, continuing our coverage. And Camille, what can you tell us about how all this started and, of course, how it ended up?
Well, like Dave said, about 7:30 is when the call came out. I'm going to step out of the way right now. We're actually at Joy and Terry, about a few blocks away, Joy and Marlow, all the way down where you see all those flashing lights. Obviously, a very large police presence as police try to sift through all of the evidence and try to figure out exactly what led up to this. Now, I can tell you that the last time we were able to see the victim, the suspect, who is also a gunshot victim, also laying in the grass, covered, of course, while they wait for medical examiners to come. But right now we can tell you that at least 35 evidence markers have been placed along the scene. I want to take you back to some video that we had earlier in-house today, if we can go to that. So we've been here since about 8 o'clock, and like Dave said, it happened around 7:30, 7:40 is when the call came out. As we were here, more and more police started coming, and just a very, very somber mood, as you can imagine. A lot of bystanders who live and work in the area also coming out to find out what's happening, and also finding out kind of everything in real time, just as we were finding out. As Dave said, that police officer had been rushed to the hospital in hopes of saving his life, but unfortunately he died from his injuries. Now, one thing I do want to point out to you is that there's a barber shop that is basically where the body of the person, of the suspect, has been laying outside. People have been going in, police officers going in and out of that barber shop. We did talk to neighbors. They said it is an operational barber shop, but we don't know exactly what role that played in all of this, but definitely a point of interest for police officers. We talked to neighbors in the area. Take a listen to what one said.
Just seen all the cars just zooming this way. I was on Joy Road in Wyoming, and here it is. What's that, about a mile or two? I mean, it's flabbergasting.
And for a lot of people, like you heard that gentleman, just they didn't know what was going on. Everyone kind of hearing from word of mouth, social media, of course, trying to figure out exactly what happened and then finding out exactly what did happen. Just an absolutely tragic scene. Of course, police trying to figure out what led up to this and trying to identify who that suspect is, who, of course, was fatally shot. Of course, we're going to have much more on this coming up tonight on The Edge. Reporting live, Camille Amiri, Fox 2 News.
I know so many of the officers right now are concentrating on what they should be concentrating on, if that fallen officer. But as we take a look at the scene nearby where you're talking about, did it seem like that man was at the barber shop right outside, indiscriminately shooting, or was it another building and he ended up at that barber shop? What do we know about that man and what he was doing?
Yeah, I mean, and that's a good question. And we looked at all the businesses nearby. There's actually a lot of businesses, a lot of auto shop and tire places, and a lot of businesses in that vicinity very close by that you can see in the daylight. So we're not exactly sure why that barbershop has been such a point of interest for police. Obviously, they're not telling us anything right now as far as that goes, but we do know that they've been seen going in and out continuously ever since we've been here. And then, like I said, the victim, or he is a victim, but the suspect that was shot dead, his body is lying outside, right outside the barbershop, on the grass, covered, obviously covered, so you can't see anything. So really a lot to unfold. It's still so early in this investigation. Police obviously working here really hard, trying to collect evidence, and also just heartbroken, as you can imagine. This, again, this did not have to happen. This did not have to happen. We have another tragedy here that we're reporting on in Detroit.
Yeah, we'll likely find out more tomorrow as they look at surveillance video and talk to others in that area. But at the end of the day, a 5-year veteran of the Detroit Police Force is gone. Our thoughts and prayers with the department tonight. Camille Amiri for us live. Thank you.